When Israel marched through the wilderness, God said, I'm going to bring you into a land, a promised land. I feel like preaching. A land that flows with milk and honey. And the Bible said that when Israel finally, after 40 years of wandering, got ready to come into the promised land, they saw grapes so big they could hardly carry the grapes that were growing in the promised land. One of the most amazing things about me going to Jerusalem was walking out in the desert and standing up on Mount Nebo where Moses stood. And Mount Nebo is so dry and parched and barren, it looks as dry as his pulpit is, just nothing but sand and barren and rocks and lifeless. And yet when you look from Nebo across the Jordan, the promised land is green and plush, and there are dates and figs and all types of grapes growing all over the promised land. Can you imagine what it would have been like after 40 years of desert and sand and dirt in your mouth and hot wind and not seeing anything green but a cactus, to look across the Jordan and see grapes so big that they were carrying them like this coming out of the promise. See, when God grows a garden, God knows how to bring it to fruition. God knows how to make it bless you. God knows how to raise you up. The grapes were growing wild in the promised land. But the problem was his children were not ready to receive the grapes. The grapes were waiting on the children to catch up to what he already had. Do you know? Oh, can I tell you about the grapes that God has in store for you? I don't mean that when you get there he's going to grow them. I mean they're waiting on you. The winemaker has already prepared them. And because all you've ever seen was trouble and dry places, I got to preach it because some of you have never seen what God has for you. You haven't seen, your eyes haven't seen, your ears haven't heard, neither have entered into your heart the things that God has just growing wild. The miracles that he's brought to fruition, waiting on you to seek his face. Oh, look at the grapes that God has. Look at the healings and the miracles and the deliverance. Oh, this is so good. This is good. This is good. You ain't never put nothing in your mouth tasted like this. I wish I could give you some of this. You can't find this in the club. Donnie, this is good. Sally can't give you none of this. Sweet Jimmy can't give you none of this. You can't smoke this stuff. You can't drink this up. No, this is, And God said, I just got it laying there, waiting on you. And the reason I'm stinging you, and the reason I sent trouble against you, and the reason I sent trials and calamities, because this is about to spoil waiting on you to get serious. You're about to miss what I have in store for you. I've been waiting on you to get down to business, and you're still playing around. Before I let you miss the things, I got things you haven't even seen yet. I still got more. I got more and much more, and pressed down and shaken together and running over. And before I see you miss it, I'll sting you and shake you and break you and mold you. Oh! Oh, you mean I've wandered in the wilderness so long that I've missed the harvest? The harvest is past. The summer is ended. And still, you're fixing to be committed. Still thinking about giving God some time. Still meditating over should I or shouldn't I. And your grapes are going bad on the vine. And you're about to miss what God has in store for you. Now, you can build whatever you want to build, but if you miss the grapes, you have nothing. You can drive whatever you want to drive. You can have more degrees than a thermometer. But if you miss the grapes, excuse me. This is so good. I'm going to finish preaching in a minute. This is what I was looking for when I was in the club, when I was waking up in strange houses, had a lot of sex, but I missed the grapes. Brother Jacobs, I made me some money, but I missed the grapes. The devil didn't want me to get God's grapes. He's a winemaker. But he can't make the wine if you miss the harvest. The first miracle he performed was with wine. He took the dismal waters of Cana and turned it into the blissful wine of a marriage supper. They poured it out water, but it fell out wine. Because God can take an old drug dealer and make wine. I wish I had a witness. He can take somebody that everybody said would never be nothing, and one touch from him, they'll say it's water, but he'll pour it out wine. Oh, this is good. No, I can't give you these. These are my grapes. As much as I love you, I can't give you my grapes. She just asked me for a grape. I can't give you my grapes. Even married to you,